What's going on out there, good people? This is your boy Look Around with LMD Trading. Hope everybody out there is doing good today. And we are coming to you on March 29th for our daily trade review. Yesterday we had a red day recap, and today we are green. We are green today. Just like yesterday though, the morning was a little lackluster. Underperformed on some trades, I think, and had one good trade in the morning. Then we left, set back down around 2:30, somewhere around there, and just looking at the market like I've been doing recently. And saw a couple of opportunities, so I took a couple of trades, and those trades pushed us into the green. So let's go ahead, take a look at the thumbnail watch list, see what we were looking at today. As always, we got our 5, and then we were still watching PDD again this morning, and we did take a trade on PDD. Off the open, somewhere in the open area. And that trade was green. And guess what we did? We ended up getting out of that trade flat, completely flat. But if we look at everything else today, we see, again, chopped around in the mornings. And then most of them right around noon kind of smoothed out. Let me change the view on those because that's showing you part of yesterday as well. We look at the Qs right around 1, I guess it was. These kind of got into an uptrend, but starting to see a little movement to the upside, and they're kind of staying that way as the day progresses. But let's look at TraderView. Look at the numbers real quick, and then we'll get these trades reviewed. Again, March 29th, getting right on up out of March, headed into April. We took 6 trades today, closed P&L, $96. But we also had a very nice trade in the SPY that we had took yesterday, took 2 calls. Closed those things this morning for a $700 gain. Made $350 per contract. I want to say that those contracts we purchased at $4.53, so $453. So we were in the contracts for about $900, and we made $700. That is the beauty of options. But back to the task at hand. PDD is the one that's flat. I definitely want to look at that one. Good trade on Apple. Small losses on Facebook and Microsoft. We ended the morning right there. Set back down about 2 something, and took a trade on the SPY and took one on Apple, and that helped us get up to that $96 that we made today. But let's go ahead, get the charts pulled up. Boom, bam. And if you haven't already hit that like button, please do so. Please do so. It doesn't cost you a thing. If you're not subscribed, please go ahead and join the Living My Dream crew. Come on over where I am living my dream trading. Sometimes doing a little bit more trading than making money. But today, we were good. Let's go ahead and get this first one pulled up. PDD. PDD. We were getting in this one based off of the daily chart. Let's take a peek at the daily chart real quick. Hold on. I am in the wrong screen. Be right back. I need to change this to my trade review screen. Right? We're back, and I was in my trade review screen. I just needed to click the doggone flex tab. Bam. That's where I wanted to be, where I was sitting at. Let's maximize this real quick. Go over here to PDD. I'm going to tell you why I was taking this trade. So if we see here, PDD had been going down. It gapped up here on the 16th of March. Made this nice move, left this top and tail, pulled back to the 20 moving average, nice bottom and tail. It had pulled back just about to support. If I dropped a line right there, look at that. It had pulled back just about to support where it closed at. I was getting in as it broke, which on the open, it had broke it. And then it actually made the move and then came back. So we were getting in this trade based on the daily chart. But let's go ahead and review the trade. And I got a reason to be kind of frustrated at myself off the open on this trade. But we got in this trade at 933. 933. Bam. Decent entry based on the daily again, because we're getting in as it has broke that area of support. And we see that it made this move, nice move up, pulled back, held the VWAP, made the move, retested VWAP, and then it went. And let's see where we got out of this thing, and you'll see why I'm frustrated at myself. $9.48. So we probably got out there, and we probably got in here. Let me look at the time. We got in this one at 9:33 and 42 seconds. 9:33 and 42 seconds. So we were getting in this one as the candle. Look at that. Yeah, right where I thought I would have been at. All right, so I'm gonna remove that one. So we got in this one here. So a little extended, but still a decent trade. One contract, and I'll ask you, why do you think I did one contract? Because it's way extended. I need my stop to be way down here. So if I bought two contracts, that's probably going to be a $50 stop. But if I buy one contract, that gives me that extra wiggle room to put my stop down here. But we got in right there. This thing popped. We were in the green. I'm going to do something. I rarely use this 5-minute chart. So I want to do something real quick. Bear with me, you all. Be patient. This was the contract we were in right there. I just want to look and see. I just want to look and see at about that time where we were at. So we paid $149 for the contract. We paid $149. I'm just trying to see at while we were in the trade, it had gotten up to a high of 176. So we were to the good on this trade, $26. We were up 1R at this point right here. Could have took the 1R, but we didn't. We moved our stop to break even. And we got out after this thing had came back down, went back up, setting a lower high. We're like, okay, move the stop up to break even. And if it comes down, we're out of this thing. And look what it did. Stopped us out, retested, and then it went. The high for this call was $2.12. That was the high in that move right there. So what is that? That's about $62. So had we left our stop alone, if we had just left our stop down there, we wouldn't have stopped out. and this thing would have easily hit target. So out the gate, we traded flat on PDD. And give me 1 sec. My nose is running. All right. Sorry about that. All right. But that was our first trade. Good intentions. Well thought out. Got in a little late. We should have been getting in right there. But we definitely got in a little late. But I think the execution was good. I think it. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But second trade of the morning was Apple. Apple, let's see. Apple has been on a tear. This is the daily chart. Look at that thing. Since the 14th, it's gone $30. Straight up. Green, 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 and more green. Got shares of Apple, so I'm loving that. Webull gave me some Apple shares, so I am loving that. But on this particular play, we were doing a call. We got in this one at 9:42. So we're getting in on this candle. These some ugly candles too. Looking at the 2-minute chart, these are some ugly candles. No real sense of direction. No decision. Just wicks on either side of the candles. But we got this decent one off the open. Good volume. That's that volatility of the morning. This thing pulled back. We got in somewhere in this candle. I'm putting it right here because that's where we should have been getting in at. Won't necessarily say that's where I got in at, but that's where we should have been getting in at. Bought 2 contracts. We paid $72 per contract. And we got out of these 6 minutes later at 9:48. So we're getting out as this is moving back down. 9:48 and 11 seconds. So this thing kind of popped, went back down. And we got out in that candle, selling them for $97. Sold them for $97, which made us make $50 on the 2 contracts. That is good money to me. I paid $144 and I made $50. Again, that's the beauty of trading options in this small account. You can have $1,000 in your account. You can have $1,000 in your account. And as you can see there, I only used 10% of it. I'm only risking, let's say if you're doing it in a real small account, you can risk $25. I think 25 is still realistic. But even what if you was risking $10 and you only bought 1 contract instead of 2 contracts? You risk, or yeah, you still, because again, you can buy it based on the delta. So like I say, I buy mine 25 to 35 on the delta. You might buy it at a 12 delta. 1 contract, you risking $10 with the opportunity to make 25, 30, 40. If it's a good market and it's running, you might make $50 on that. But this particular one, we paid $72 a contract and we sold them for $97 a contract, made $50. So that there was a good play. So out the gate, doing pretty good. First trade should have been money, but we were flat on it. No biggie. Didn't lose money. That was the important thing. Next trade we took was on Facebook. Let's take a peek at Facebook. Facebook off the open, just like Apple, just ugly candles. And it almost looks the same. That nice big wick, heavy volume. Everything was running in the pre-market. And that's why once the market opened, I went on and put my brackets on those spies that I had. And I just let those things back down into my stop. My plan was to trail stop it, and I was hoping that it ran, but it didn't trail stop, or it didn't run. So it finally came back and stopped us out. But this particular trade, we were playing puts. Got in 959. Let's see where 959 is at. 959 would have been somewhere in this candle. All right, let's come over here. Somewhere in this candle. It's ugly. It's ugly. We look right there. This is congestion. That's congestion. Didn't catch that. Didn't catch that. So those two are congestion. Definitely want to be trying to get in once this sets a new low. Don't want to be trying to fight with that. So we got in right there. Again, no clear area to set a stop looking at this. So stop would have been up here somewhere to take a full stop. But we got out of this one at 1018. Let's see where 1018 was on the chart. See if we were somewhere close around there. So we was getting out somewhere in that candle right there. So as I said, stop somewhere up here for a full one. We got stopped out right there for $13. Or I should come over here. $13. Seeing that this is coming back up. But again, let's see. Let's take a peek at this one real quick. See what the see what we were up right there. So this was the 220 put for Facebook. Let's go ahead and click it. Let's come over here and look and see what time is that candle. That's 10:08. So is that right? Nope, that's not right. Let's change this to lilac and now click it. There we go. That's a little better. Let's blow that up. 10:08. Look at these things have no real movement in them. Would have been fairly flat looking at it. Can't even really see the candles down there because of the volume, but fairly flat. Got these at 129. If we look at these candles, they're sitting right around, actually, I'm gonna be on the top side of it. So right there, about $1.40. So we probably were up $10 max when this came down right here. But made the move back up, stopped us out. We should have known right there, if this doesn't come down and break this with some strength, this is coming back up. And that's exactly what it did. Exactly what it did. That was our third trade. Fourth trade, Microsoft. Microsoft was playing with people's emotions today. My homeboy Jonathan took a couple of trades on Microsoft today as well. But we see Microsoft opened, flush down, test the VWAP, flush down, test the VWAP, but it was setting these higher highs. Once it got past all of this is a decent little area to get in if you can find a pattern to get in. But we got in this one at what time? What time did we get in? 10:25. Let's see what we were seeing at 10:25. Bam. Ooh, we got in after all of this move here. A little shallow pullback. We would have wanted to see this. Let's look at this entire move. If you looked at this entire move, where would you say half at? I'm going to say half is about right there. Look to the left. Right at an area of support / resistance. It's funny how these charts work that way. So you look at half of that, you just come about right there. Come about right there. Somewhere up in this area is about half. It's coming right to here. So this needed to pull back till about half. Let that thing have time to rest so that it can continue down. Little rest, little move. Little rest, little move. As my mentor says, somebody asks you to run a marathon. This just ran a marathon. They give you a break. Let's say they give you a good rest. A good rest is up to here. And then they say run that marathon again. You can run about this same length of a marathon again because you rested. But you just ran this marathon. You get this little tiny break. You still out of breath. You still tired. You ain't get to drink all of your water. And then they say, go run that marathon again. You gonna sprint for a minute. Look at them big red candles. And then you just gonna conk out. Bam, you conked out. You done. You didn't get enough rest. And that's my analogy on that. You've ran this marathon. Let's take a rest. A rest is up here. And now let's run that marathon. You can sprint again. But you done made this full run, and I just gave you a little tiny bit of rest. We got in after the little tiny bit of rest. So got in right there. One contract again. So we're seeing that this is kind of extended. We're not buying two contracts because this is not really a clean entry. So we buy one contract, put our stop up here somewhere, giving it a little extra room. And then we got out of this one 2 minutes later. 2 minutes later. In this candle right here. Let's see, we got out at 10:27:23. So it probably would have been somewhere right around there. $13 loss on that trade. So this candle here, let's see. It opened, it closed. We got in this one 10:25 and 10:25 and 55. So we got in that one almost as this one. We got in that one almost as this next one was forming. I'm going to do that right there. We'll remove that one. That's more realistic. We got in down here. Should have been getting in here, which is still not a good entry. But we got in down here, stopped out right there. And that was 13 bucks. Even with this pulling back to right here, that's still not really enough rest. That's still not enough rest because you can tell we even extended from the VWAP. So even in getting in right there, a little short stop though. You put your stop there. That's a good move still. Here we're getting in late to the party and no rest. So this was a trade to be trade. It's not a trade to really make any money. And the thing is, look at that. Had we left our stop up here, had we left the stop up there, possibly we would have made money. Let's take a peek at this one real quick. Let's see. This is Microsoft 305 put. Microsoft 305 put. Let's see what the high was. We paid 135. Down here at the very bottom of this candle. Watch if I put my cursor over that one. You see how it goes right in that area on the actual chart. So it had a high of 167. That's what? That's about 32 bucks. So had we not moved our, if we would have took a full hit, stop put at 25, we could have made 37 bucks on that trade. Or I'm sorry, 32 bucks on that trade. But that was another $13 loss. Ended up leaving at that point, went about our day. And then we sat back down in the afternoon. I made the comment yesterday that the afternoons has been nice. The afternoons have been fairly nice to me. And sat down, looked at the SPY. Let's take a peek at the SPY. So we see the SPY sold off in the morning. Chopped back up to VWAP, sold back off. chopped up, sold off, and then it finally came here, retested the VWAP. Good entry right there. You look to the left, you know that that's going to be an area of congestion. I dropped the line there to kind of signify it. And we got in these calls. We bought 2 of them at 244. Let's see where 244 would have been. Where were we getting in at 244? 234. That's going to be, I'm sorry, 244. That's going to be somewhere on this candle here. And this one we kind of chased. We kind of chased it, getting in a little on the extended side, but it was strong. Bought 2 contracts there, and we held these jokers for 30 minutes. We got out at 315. 315. Right there, as this was forming this big red candle coming back down. And we see it did that, and then it still took off. But at this point in the afternoon, we just kind of scalping. And we paid $98 per contract. And we sold them for $117. So we made $38 for the 2 of them. Not bad, but let's see what we left on the table. Those was 462 calls, 462 calls. Let's see what the high of the day was. So high of the day was over here. That's going to be just because this had a bunch of decay on it. But still, 1530 right there. $160, 162 is where that was selling at up here in this area. Man, that's a good $120 we could have made on those 2 if we would have held it through this move right here. But we were scalping, and I got what I wanted out of that one. And then our last trade of the day was Apple. And same thing, sat down, just started looking through the chart, seeing what was happening. Trying to see why this must be 2 different. This must be 2 different channels, because they don't really make sense on this 2-minute chart. But we got into these at 254. Let's see where 254 was at. 254. Boom. Got in right there. Almost like at the bottom of this channel. I had to look at another chart to see why I had put that on there. But it seems to have been a good move for me to do it. But bought two contracts, 2 calls. Paid $94 each, and we got out of these at 312. Let's find 312. Good exit right at the top. Not mad at that. Could have sat through this little pullback, but no. Let's get what we wanted out of the trade. So these we paid $94 each, sold them for $111, and we made $34. So those last 2 trades that we took, we actually made $72. Quick $72. 96 for the full day. So that was $24 in the morning. Made 1 R. The afternoons has been helping us. Just look at Apple, man. That thing has just, that's a thing of beauty. My question is, are we seeing the makings of the market recovering? 52-week high is 182. We call it 183. Today, we closed at 178.96. Call it 179. We $4 from the 52-week high. Who would ever thunk it after November? And actually, Apple didn't take the hit like everything else did in November. Apple was still kind of moving. Let's look at AMD in November. Was it November? Yeah, right here. Kind of start selling off. I guess Apple didn't take that big fall like the rest of them did. Yep, Nvidia, same way. Apple didn't take that move. So Apple is strong. Apple is strong. It might be making a new high pretty soon. 52-week high. But that's my time, y'all. I've been keeping these right at about 30 minutes, I see. And again, if y'all done stayed along for the ride, please hit that like if you hadn't already. I'm going to go ahead, shut this one down, and we will be back at it again tomorrow. And if you're watching and you trading, let me know if you was green today. Let me know how it worked out for you. I saw RT. I think RT had a nice green day today. And I think I saw Warrior Trading had a nice green day. So green days all around. Nice green pastures. But y'all be easy. Peace.